There are some really important natural training opportunities that you're probably missing in your puppy's daily schedule, and feeding time could be one of them. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 simple exercises that anybody can do with their puppy that are going to help prevent some pretty serious issues with your dog down the road. For today's video, we have borrowed the most adorable little demonstration dog. My name's Kale. This is 8-week-old doodle puppy Max. Welcome back to McCann Dogs. I'm going to start with the very first exercise with Max here. Now you can see he's pretty ready for the food already. It's about supper time, so I'm dealing with a hungry puppy. And this is the best time to be practicing these exercises with your dog, when your puppy's ready and willing to have the food. Now that was a cute little accidental wave. Now I really want him to understand that food comes from me. I want him to learn that listening to me is a lot of fun, and that working for food is going to bring you a lot of value. It's not just about eat the food and I'm going to go and do my own thing. I want to use this as an opportunity for us to have a little bonding time and for him to learn that, I'm the bearer of good things. Okay, pup, we're going to start with our very first exercise. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is toss a couple kibbles in this little bowl here. I'm going to get rid of, so this is his meal here. I'm just going to put it off to the side, and we're going to start here. Now I'm just going to start off by showing him the bowl, and I'm actually going to begin with some hand feeding because I want him to learn that the food comes from me. I don't want to just put this magic bowl down and walk away. I need to bring the value from me. So I'm just going to start off by doing a bit of hand feeding. I'm going to take the treat from the bowl and bring it right to my puppy. Now you'll notice that when I'm doing this, Max is looking in my direction. What I don't want to do is be feeding for my puppy just randomly looking somewhere else in the house. I'm going to draw his focus to me. Oh, good boy. And you can see Max, I know, does not know how to sit yet. He literally just came home to his family. But the way that I'm holding the food just sort of encourages a little bit more attention. Good boy. Now if he's jumping, again, I can just use the bit of the food to help him. Yes. So not only am I bringing value of me delivering the food to him, I also can start some of his initial training. Good boy. Here, what's this? Yes, good boy. So that's step 1. Doing a little bit of hand feeding with your puppy from the bowl directly to their mouth. Oh, good boy. Now, we're going to take this step one step further. Now, the reason we're showing you these exercises is because they are fabulous prevention exercises to make sure that your dog's not going to have issues with their food bowl or with people around their food bowl or guarding later in the future. If you can do these deliberately on a regular basis, you're going to find that it really helps the dog to understand to be very calm and relaxed, confident when you're around their bowl, and that there's no issues. Now, if you find that your dog is showing any possessive issues around the bowl, growling, guarding, anything like that, coming and finding a solution on YouTube is not what you want to do. We're very intentional about not showing that type of content on YouTube because every dog is different. And, it's the type of thing that you need to go and get professional help about, because you want to make sure that you're getting the right information for your dog and for your situation. So if you find you are getting into issues, make sure that you are going to deal with that elsewhere. But for now, these exercises are perfect for prevention. It's for you to start off before there's an issue and to make sure that you continue practicing. And just because you're not having any issues right now doesn't mean that you should avoid these. These are something that we do with every single dog on a daily, weekly basis to make sure that there's just never any problems that pop up. So we're going to build on that last exercise, and we're going to start to hone in on the specific part of the exercise where the puppies realize the food is coming from us. So I'm actually going to look for something a bit more specific for my puppy this time around. Now I have my food bowl. I have several little snacks of his dinner in my hand here, and I'm just going to start off by putting the bowl down. Good boy. I'm going to throw one little kibble in it. What's in there? What's in this? What's in here? And I'm going to wait for him to look up at me. Yes, good boy. And then I'm going to drop a couple more kibbles into the bowl. And once we play this game a little bit here, I'm hoping he's going to figure out, eat some cookies, look back up at mom. Yes, good. And then drop some treats down. Now, Max has only been wearing a collar for a short period of time, so you can see that that's pretty distracting for him. Come on, bud. Let's try it again. So I'm going to toss a couple treats in. I'm going to wait. Yes, good boy. I'm going to toss a couple treats in. Look, it's in this little bowl for you. Wait for him to look up. Okay, so I have a puppy that's a little bit disconnected. So what that tells me is I don't want to stand here for 10 years waiting for him to pay attention. Oh, hi, yay, good easier by coming down more to his head level so that it's easier for him to focus on me. So, all right, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna make it a little easier. Yes, good boy. I'm gonna let him have a couple other extra snacks from there. Now, when you're working with baby puppies, you don't wanna do the same thing over and over and over again because you run the risk of the puppy getting a little bit bored with it. So you're gonna do a little bit at a time. Once you've practiced a couple of these exercises, you can even put the remainder of the treats in or the kibble in their bowl, and then you can pop them in their crate to eat the rest, which is a great way to build value. But keep these little sessions short and sweet so that the puppy can be very successful. Now the next exercise we're gonna do with our little food bowl training is start to bring in the big gun. So I have some treats now, and I still have a bit of his dinner. Now the step that I'm going to, you know exactly where that is. The step that I'm gonna implement at this point is bringing in something higher value when I take the bowl away from him. A lot of dogs are very comfortable when the food's there, but if we go to take something away, they can sometimes feel like they need to guard it, and that's what we're trying to avoid by using these prevention exercises. Now again, when you're feeding your puppy, when it's breakfast, when it's dinner time, this is one of the absolute best times to get your training in because your puppy's already hungry and they're ready and willing for that food, and you can use that to teach your puppy that you bring good things, that listening to you brings the thing that they want, which is the food. He says, all right, lady, let's go already, will we? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a couple of his kibbles, of his meal, and I'm gonna put them in this bowl. Now before I put it down for him, I'm gonna make it a big deal, and I'm gonna get some higher value treats. So I have some dried beef lung here, which smells absolutely disgusting, by the way. Oh, what's this? So I'm gonna put this bowl down, I'm gonna let him have it, and when he's eating, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna drop some extra tasty treats in there. So he learns when somebody takes my bowl, something better could go in it, and I'm gonna have it from there, which means it's a good thing. So I'm gonna show him the food, I'm gonna put it down, I'm gonna take it away. Oh, what's this? Ooh, I'm gonna make it a big deal. There's some extra treats in there for you. There you go. I'll take my hand away, let him eat a little bit. I'm gonna take it away again. Oh, look at this. What am I putting in here for a guy? Good boy. Now, notice the light, happy tones that I'm using with him. I'm not doing this silent and boring. I'm making it a big deal. I'm gonna take it away again. Oh, what's this? Hey, ooh, look at this guy. Good, there we go. I'm gonna put it down and try it one more time. Oh, what's up here? Good. Now, notice my timing. The most exciting part of this exercise is when I'm taking the bowl. You may have noticed that when I put the bowl down for him to eat, I was a little bit more quiet. I want him to think that it is way more fun to have the bowl taken away from me than it is for me just to stand here and eat it. Oh, what's this? Good boy. Make sure that when you practice this, whatever addition that you're putting into the bowl, your puppy does find more valuable than their kibble. It needs to be very exciting that when my hands come in to take the bowl, I want him basically being like, whoo, she's gonna add something good. This is gonna be great. Here, pup, you can have one more little tasty treat. There you go. Good boy. You can do this, a couple times in a row, and then again, like I said before, quit while you're ahead to make it easy, and then you can have him finish the rest of the meal in his crate with the door shut, again, to build that value for the crate as well. Now that I've worked a little bit on teaching him that the food comes from me and that it's a great thing for me to take things from him, I'm actually gonna add one more element to this exercise, and that's teaching him about having a bit of self-control. Now, he's a very young puppy. He doesn't have any obedience skills. He doesn't know how to sit. He doesn't know how to wait. So I'm actually gonna show you an exercise that you can do even with a puppy who has no skills that can start to implement a bit of self-control work. So we love to eventually teach our dogs to sit and wait for us to put the food bowl down and then to release them to it. And the idea behind that is that we want the dogs to learn to show a little bit of self-control, show that we're in control and that we can sort of send them to the food, tell them when they can eat, and then be able to take the food away. Now, this puppy doesn't have that skill. He doesn't understand it. So I'm actually gonna just show you a bit of a different version that can sort of teach him about how to hold position a little bit before I go to give him the food. So I'm actually just gonna hold the food in the air a little bit, and I'm gonna wait for him to be a little calm and settled. Yes, good boy. And then I'm gonna let him have the food. So again, if he's jumping at the bowl, I'm not gonna let him have the food. I'm gonna wait for him to be calm and settled. There we go. So I'm gonna put some more treats in here, more kibbles in there. Oops, and if he goes to it, I'm just gonna pull the bowl away. Oops. Oops. Yes, good boy. The moment he stops moving towards the food, I'm going to let him have it. Now, he's a baby puppy. He doesn't have a lot of experience, so I don't want to make him stand there for too long before I reward him. I just want to make it really easy for him to be successful. So let's try that again, see what happens. Yes! Wow, we have a very brilliant little puppy on our hands. Good boy. Very nice. I'm going to try it again. So there's just like 2 or 3 little kibbles in here. I'm not making it too difficult. So if he goes to grab his head in the bowl, I'm just gonna pull it up. Oh, good boy. Yes, get it. Good boy. Offer to sit without me even asking. And that's actually the first time he's done that since I've had him in this little session. I was trying to lure him with a treat earlier and he wasn't really sure what to do because he's not really worked on sit before. I think it's really cool he just offered that. Let's try that again, young man. That was very good. Good boy. Yes, good. Wow. So he's already starting to figure out every time I move towards that bowl disappears. Every time I show a little bit of self-control, I'm allowed to eat some of that food from the bowl. Oops. Yes, good boy. Good. I don't want to wear out my luck because he is making some amazing choices at this point. So from here, I will quit while I'm ahead and I'll just let him finish the rest of the meal in his crate to build that value. But from here, I could start to build on getting him to sit hold for longer periods of time. That was amazing. And then that way he's going to start to learn to have some manners at a time where he's already pretty excited about working for food. Hooray! As a new puppy owner, you definitely want to take advantage of those natural learning opportunities like feeding time, but there's actually a lot of other times throughout the day that you want to get little training sessions in as well. Now, if you want to check out what 24 hours looks like in our house with our puppies, make sure you check out that video right there. If you're looking for some guidance from one of our instructors to help you with your puppy training at home, make sure you check out our online class called Puppy Essentials, and the information's in the description below. On that note, I'm Kale. This is Baby Max. Happy training.